Hey, I'm Alec. You're watching a Fistful of Vinyl, and I'm sitting here with Jeff Rosenstock.
Hello.
We just played a killer set here at the Teragram Ballroom.
You talking about the sound check?
That was a set for us, man.
Okay.
Don't downplay what we do.
I wasn't sure if you were gonna dub this in like as if it's like post show, but it's light out. We played for so long that it became
It's a
the next
beautiful
evening.
all-night show. It's Monday
very
morning.
long.
I got to
Most
go to
people
work in
left.
20 minutes.
Sorry.
You just didn't have the commitment that Jeff did.
Yeah. It's too much commitment. Yeah. There's a video. There's this movie Dig with the Brian Jonestown Massacre and the Dandy Warhols, which is like really awesome movie about two just like really destructive bands. There's like a house show that the Brian Jonestown Massacre plays like a 12-hour set and like one person stays around and everyone's just pissed off. So yeah, want to follow in their footsteps.
Yeah, no, it's a perfectly low bar to follow.
Yeah. Follow a nice low bar.
Yeah, just only 12 hours? Top out.
Come on.
But I want
full 12 and a half.
Seriously, it's like, why don't even start counting until
Yeah.
15. So you just released Post. I wanted to kind of ask you about that because I was noticing sort of a trend in the names of all of your records up to that point.
Yeah.
I Look Like Shit, Be Cool, Worry, all sort of like self-deprecating. And now Post. I'm kind of wondering, like, Post what?
Oh, I mean, I think, I don't know. A lot of people have asked me that. It just kind of felt right, you know? Oh, come on. It's like it's open-ended, you know? I think that was the whole thing. I just liked that it was open-ended, you know? Honestly, like, I wrote a bunch of this record, like, up in the mountains, in the Catskills, at a friend's, like, double-wide trailer, and I, like, was just in the snow and just kind of, like, trying to get through a bunch of ideas that I'd, like, taken notes and, like, jotted stuff down for, like, a year and a half on tour, but never really had the time to just kind of, like, fully realize it all. And it was just, I don't know why, it was just written in the, like, a list of album titles ready to go in my notebook, and just the first one was, like, Post Dash. I was like, oh, I don't know, and I was just like, yeah, that makes sense for, like, so many reasons to me. It just kind of, I liked just how it sounded and felt, and yeah.
It kind of signifies maybe like an ending and a beginning?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, for me, like, some of the things that it makes me feel about it just kind of like, you know, we all just kind of went through trauma together, which is Donald Trump being elected president, which is something I don't fucking need to talk about. Everybody talks about it all the fucking time, but, like, you know, we're after that now, and we have to acknowledge that we're after that, and that it's time to, like, actually, you know, dust ourselves off and get up there and try and get people who represent us in there, or else our country is going to allow Nazis to run for public office and stuff like that, you know? So just kind of being after the moment where I think we all need to wake the fuck up. I mean, we all did need to wake the fuck up for a while, but I think it's a lot clearer now because we all kind of went through that together, you know?
Yeah, so in addition to many other things, post-political laziness maybe? Political inactivity?
Oh, sure. See, open-ended.
There you go.
You said it.
And when you released this came out, it was January 1st, right? To zero marketing, you just kind of dropped it.
Yep.
And that had to have been a super intentional decision. What went into that sort of realm of thinking?
I think that, I know that, like, the original thought behind it was just, like, I don't know, trying to just undercut a lot of stuff and get a little bit back to how we used to do stuff in the music industry. Like, with side one, I knew that we were out of contract after 2 records, and I think I, like, thought just, like, going in, because it was, although I have nothing but great things to say about side one, honestly, like, it was weird signing a record contract. Like, I've been playing music for a very long time, and I'd never done that, and I think in my head I was like, okay, the second, like, I'm out of this, I want to just put something out on my own real fast, no announcement, just to, like, remind myself that, like, I can still do it, just to kind of remind myself how it feels to do it, instead of kind of just getting into the cycle of, like, doing things this way, which is fun, is a fun ride to be on, but also that other, like, doing it in, like, an unplanned kind of chaotic way really rings more true to me. And I figured, like, yeah, so I'm just going to try and do that. And then Polyvinyl came in and was down with it. It was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I told Polyvinyl all this stuff. They're like, all right, yeah, makes sense. Like, really? Like, yep. I'm like, all right. Cool. Free record, not announced. We're like, yep.
Hey, John, will you run and go grab the camera bag from the side of the sound booth? The D20's in there. Thanks. So kind of...
What's the D20?
Oh, you'll see.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. If Mike didn't tell you about it, then I wanted to be a surprise. He was super excited about it when we did it.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Yeah.
That's a Dungeons and Dragons dice.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about a microphone. And, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's how we'll end the interview. But, so going from Side 1 Dummy to Polyvinyl, the entire time you've kept up, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Which is your, pay what you want platform for music.
Yeah.
Was there any challenge in like getting the record labels to agree to release things for essentially free alongside of their paid and marketed releases?
Not that much of a challenge. Time to time, I have to explain it more than one time and just be like, "Hey, this is incredibly important to me, and I'm not going to put out a record without doing this." And usually, when I say that, whoever's saying is like, "Okay, cool, we'll do it." It doesn't matter because it doesn't matter. Like. Everything's basically free on Spotify anyway. It's going to be streaming on Bandcamp anyway. I feel like downloading a zip file is really, it's not as like crazy to like have a free zip file of the record up for download as it once was,
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that is a conversation I have every time, and I've been lucky. Everybody that I've been talking to. Like realistically about putting out records, Goodyear Blimp, what's up? Has like been down with it. So yeah, worked out well. I remember the Side 1 Dummy thing, just being like, fuck man, if they say no, I'm gonna not put out the record with them. Like same with Asian Man. Like Asian Man was my dream label. And I was just like, yeah, my Perks is no, I'm not gonna put this record on Asian Man. That's dumb,
Yeah. Well, I mean, in how many ways is it kind of like it seems like a pretty intentional subversion of like the commodification of music in that way. Like it's just have it because music's meant to be shared.
Yeah.
Is that something that you feel strongly about as far as like the way other bands are doing their releases or like commodifying their music or record labels for that matter?
Well, I think something I really don't like is when somebody tells me what to do. And I
talking to that camera.
Oh, sorry.
I'm totally kidding. I just wanted to tell you what to do.
Okay. Wait. Are you kidding? Or
Yeah, that was a joke. That was a bit. Sorry.
Okay. I see. Hold on a second. We just. Yeah. Checks out. Good joke. Yeah. I don't like when people tell me what to do. So if other bands want to do other shit, like that's fine. I think some stuff is dumb, but whatever. Who gives a fuck what I think is dumb? I'm just a person doing my own thing, and I like that less people are telling me that it's a bad idea than used to when the music industry first started. So I can only just kind of like pay that down the line and not really talk shit about the way other people do stuff. But like, I like bands that keep it punk in general. So yeah,
it seems like you've been maintaining the same DIY ethos for a very long time. Yeah.
Sure. I don't know what a DIY ethos is. I don't know.
I feel like it's just sort of a personal empowerment thing. I think a lot of bands want to get big so they can start to offload certain responsibilities.
Yeah.
Like this person's going to plan our tour, this person's going to plan our release, this person's going to do the album artwork.
Yeah.
You seem to keep everything kind of...
Yeah, it's weird because as our shit's getting bigger, we do need to have people do that stuff. We don't do everything ourselves anymore, but it always ends up being friends of ours who are doing it, which is really... It's nice. We're on this tour right now. This is like the fucking... Like... I don't know. It's gross to say, but it's the 4th sold-out show in a row. We're on tour with Lemuria, who are like our old buddies. Roar, which is like one of our favorite bands. We've been friends with all these bands for like a decade. My wife is tour managing us. One of my best buddies is our booking agent. Like a really good buddy is our publicist. Like it's just kind of like, as it grows, we just have friends do it. Like Rick Johnson from Mustard Plug about the music industry is doing sound. And it's just kind of like, He
used to be in the music industry?
Yeah.
Wow.
Rick Johnson for a while, it was on the music industry, it was me and him.
Really?
Yeah. Like when I booked a tour with Rick Johnson, Rock and Roll Machine, and everybody in the band was like a collective, so out that tour it was like, yeah man, we can't do the tour. And I was like, fuck. And Rick Johnson was like, tell you what, we'll get an iPod and we'll just put the programming in there. I'll play bass, you play guitar, it'll be great. And it kind of like made it so that I could tour for the rest of my life and like open my eyes to that shit.
Yeah, I saw one of the iPod shows.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Someone down in San Diego.
Oh, yeah? Is that when I was with Matt Kurz playing with me?
No, it was literally just you. I'm blanking on the name of the venue.
Shea Cafe?
Shea Cafe,
Oh
yeah.
my god, did you see the one with Future of the Left?
Yeah,
where
that was
I
the
did
one.
like the This Is Your Life and had Jimmy from Future of the Left in a sweater introducing every song?
Yeah.
I put it like on random on my iPod. It was like songs I've never, like I played once like 6 years ago. And just whatever came up, he'd be like, in his British voice, just like, oh, so let me ask you, like, mate, like, and it's just like, I don't know. There's a cover song I played one time. I tried to play it. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
It's a loose term.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you mentioned 4th sold-out show in a row.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem like that's that important to you. It doesn't seem like that's a condition of success.
No.
So, what does success look like for you, or what did success look like for Bomb the music industry?
I don't know. I think just like everybody being happy, being around each other. I think success is really, I don't know, you know.
I mean, in the most like subjective sense.
I'm thinking about it because I think about that stuff all the time. Because honestly, just like finishing up a record and feeling good about it, like that feels successful to me. But at the same time, if everybody hates the record, it wouldn't feel successful, you know. So I don't know. I think that's something that I think about occasionally, and then I'm thinking about it, it's like, I don't know, fuck success. Who gives a fucking shit? Like, success is usually something somebody else puts on you, and they're like, oh yeah, I see that you're doing good right now. I guess that's like, I don't know, that's got nothing to do with us. Like, as long as we're getting along and playing music that we're happy playing and making better stuff and giving our best every night we play, like, that's, I don't know, I guess that's success to me. That sounds like bullshit, but you know,
I mean, I think that's
it's a lie. Money. Success is money.
all of it, or at least some of it.
Yeah,
Just enough.
it is wild to like be able to like pay each other enough. Those, you know, that's fun. It's all the things that I think people call success. I'm just like, that's a goof.
I mean, it sounds like when it comes down to it, it's satisfaction and happiness. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's a type of success that can be less threatened than that, because that's just up to you. There's nobody you can take that away from.
Yeah, and then it's up to you, so then it's on you, and you don't feel successful, I guess.
With that comes responsibility.
I mean, I think a lot of people equate it with the amount of money you're making, usually, and that's just never been, I think, any of our bags in this van. I think that's why we all get along really good, because none of us are like waiting for that person who's going to make us rich or anything like that. Like, we just want to play better every night and always try and play good every night. Make sure every night's a good show, you know?
Is that so? If the Jeff Rosenstock project had like a mission statement, what would that be? Like, or let me rephrase that. If you could change the way that people think about one thing with your music, what would that be?
I don't know. I don't want to tell everybody.
Too lofty.
Well, what, like...
What do you want your music to do?
I don't know. I want our music to, you know, make people feel stuff, you know? Either, I like our shows to make people feel good, but I'd like just to make stuff that feels, you know, emotionally resonant to whoever's listening to it, and for it to just translate. And I think that we just want to make cool shit that does that, you know, that's truthful and that does that.
That's what drew me to your music. It's like, it felt very, I guess, like empathetic.
Yeah.
You know, like it was very. I don't know how, if this was like intentional or just sort of happened by virtue of the way that you think, but it was very human and like with just the right amount of self-deprecating.
I mean, I think I've tried so hard to just get away from fucking hating myself all the time, because I feel like at this point it's like, I don't know, I'm in my mid-30s and things are going okay with the things that I've like set up over the last like 15 years accidentally. So I have to really give myself a break sometimes.
That's a really hard thing to do.
Oh yeah.
I can say that from personal experience too. That's kind of why I'm so curious about like your idea of success. Is it seems like you're aiming at the right thing.
I'm not aiming for anything. Like I was talking, we were just aiming for like, I don't know, aiming for happiness for me is like, that's like a whole fucking mental health thing to tackle. But like, And maybe that's why we always set the bar so low. It's just like, let's just try and be good. Because being happy is such like a fucking foreign concept for some of us. Sometimes it's like this intangible thing that's hard to pin down, but like playing good and feeling good, hanging out with each other and making each other laugh, you know, that's easy. Or not that's easy, that's like a reasonable goal.
Yeah, and if that's your condition for success, then that should be get happy.
I guess so. I don't know, I don't think about success like, ever.
I feel like I should be using a different word. Maybe personal victory.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Alright, well,
making it through a show and not fucking up is like that's the personal goal. It's just like making it through a show and be like, okay, I did fine. I didn't say anything horribly stupid, and all my guitar strings didn't break, and I didn't keep pulling my cord out, and I didn't like forget to set my keyboard to the right samples and shit like that.
I mean, we stopped trying to have a perfect session a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've seen us play. We're far from like having perfect anything when we play it, but like, you know, when the dumb stuff fucks up. God damn.
At least stuff that you're okay with. I want to say that I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I was listening to, you were on a podcast recently. I wrote it down. Celebration Rock.
Yeah.
Talking about Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, yeah, the Born to Run podcast.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I was raised listening to Bruce Springsteen.
Cool.
In fact, it was my dad who knew I was into your music who sent me that podcast.
Oh, nice.
Like, aren't you interviewing him today?
Oh, you got to talk to your dad.
I talked to my dad. I live a city away from my dad. We train in Krav Maga together every week.
Oh, okay.
I'm super close with him.
In what?
It's an Israeli self-defense.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's
cool.
It is. Yeah, it's nice to beating up on the old man.
Wait, so you just get to beat the shit out of him and just block you?
Oh, well, no, he hits me back. The newsflash is hard. But it's all in the name of constructiveness.
That's good for him, too, I bet.
Yeah. It's way easy to forgive each other after we've been punching each other for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, you talked about Born to Run and sort of like the influence that Springsteen and particularly that album had on you.
Yeah.
Every time I can trick somebody into doing a Springsteen cover on my show, that's a personal victory for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I wanted to hear kind of your thoughts on Springsteen and that album, and that sort of being his breakthrough album, if you feel like you have sort of an analogous album to that.
No, I don't feel like I have an analogous album to that. That was like, I don't know, that's some kid from New Jersey being like, fuck, they gave me a chance and it didn't really work and I have one more chance. I'm going to swing for the fences, and he like did it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think that like, I want to do that on every album. I think we swing for the fences on every record that we do. Like, for a punk band, we have a lot of just kind of like power ballady parts and like weird orchestral stuff and ambient stuff. Like, we're always like trying to really push all the dynamic that we could possibly get out of the music, you know? Whether or not that translates, who knows, but we try to do that. And I think that's kind of something that I got a little bit from listening to Bruce Springsteen's music, is just kind of the ebb and flow of everything and how it just kind of like really like comes in waves, and how that makes like a full record feel like something, you know?
I like that, you know, because I think my definition of a good record is one that you can put on and listen to all the way through and feel like it was, in addition to a bunch of really good songs, like a single cohesive experience.
Yeah. I feel like a good record feels like a place, you know what I mean? It feels like something that you can just get somewhere you can get lost, you know?
Go and hang out at the record.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of, you know?
Well, let's see. I think I got a couple more. Okay. So I've always really loved your lyrics. I've always kind of loved like the simplicity with which you can like talk about like complex or like really personal ideas. I'm wondering if you have any like favorite lines that you've written where you just like got that down on paper and you're like, yeah. And on the other side of that, if there's any lines that someone else has written that really resonate with you.
Well, there's like a million AJJ lines that resonate with me, and I'm having like just all of Linda Ronstadt by AJJ. Like, when the first time I heard that, I was just like, Jesus Christ, Sean. Like,
Sean played that on our show like 4 years ago. That was our first like one of our first big like, oh my god, we're doing this moments.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to.
No, that's awesome. That's cool. Yeah, Sean's the best, and I think he kind of really like his writing is just, I don't know. It's really it just gets at you. God, I'm trying to think of there's so many songs of theirs, and now I'm like
it's too
drawing
many
blanks on it.
I'll tell you what.
And like Neutral Milk Hotel too, which that's weird because all those lyrics just seem so abstract, but you know, it just like it gets you, you know.
Definitely.
It's weird. I feel like I know that I get really specific in my lyrics. That's just how I kind of write. But I'm trying to do this I'm trying to like do this thing where it's so specific that it kind of doesn't really mean the thing that it's specific about anymore. And I think I got that a lot from that Nitramoko Hotel record, because I know that a lot of it was about the Holocaust, but like you don't know that it's about it when you're listening to it necessarily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like this hyper specific thing, but like cloaked in like abstract weirdness. You know, I probably just cloak mine in like jokes and bits and stuff.
Sure. Also good. Maybe less about the Holocaust, but still good.
It's a little bit less about the Holocaust.
It's like 10%.
Yeah, 10%.
So you've produced a handful of records as well. We had Walter Etc. on.
Oh, yeah?
Long ago. I've been friends with those dudes for a super long time.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So I was really excited to hear that you guys work together.
Yeah.
And do you approach producing music differently than you approach like writing it or performing it?
I feel like it's a lot of it is like a stage of my own writing process, how I do stuff. So, like, I feel like I get something down and then I spend a while, like, listening back to it and basically adjusting, because I'm like, it's not working. This doesn't work yet. So I think I always ask bands to send me demos and I just listen to them, just like, okay, well, like, what's the thing, like, that we could tuck behind here that'll make this part really explode, or like what's the thing that'll make this part really wide, or like why does this song feel like it's 5 minutes long when it's only 3 minutes long, like what can we cut, how can we make the momentum good, and I think about that with my own stuff. It's fun to do it with other bands and stuff like that. I've just been super lucky with the people who I've made records with, because they've all come in with like really, really good songs that have been easy to kind of like, you know, find the heart of. I think that when I'm producing, like my biggest job is just to kind of like stand up for the song, you know, when there's like a tough argument between people arguing about their own part maybe, or arguing just about like a little thing that they like, just to be kind of the person's like, hey, don't worry about that thing, it's gonna be fine, like the song sounds good, don't worry, like just keep on going, it sounds good, you know?
Yeah. I think it's like kind of the right spirit to approach it with, because it adds both like, you know, your somewhat outside perspective, your intimate but outside perspective, kind of mixed with their perspective, even perhaps being like too close to their own music to see, you know, what layers.
Well, it's real hard when you're in a record and you're making it, because you just listen to it all the time, and like, you know, all you're gonna hear are the mistakes, no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's hard. Like that's why I'm recording with Jack. Like Jack kind of introduced me to the concept of all just standing in a room and playing live to tape and just like going with that, and you just get through so much faster because there's so much less second guessing about everything. And you hear it back and you're just like, it sounds good, it sounds like a band, let's move on, you know?
That's Jack who, by the way?
Jack Shirley.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he's, okay, yeah.
Atomic Garden.
Yeah.
But yeah, he like, I really like that approach of just kind of like, just get it down. It's going to sound better than you think it sounds, and try and not get too hung up on the mistakes, because no one else knows that they're mistakes. But that said, like with all of our records, there's like I hear like 500 mistakes every time I hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a challenge. I mean, we've had on our end as well, where, like I said, we've stopped trying to make a perfect session a very long time ago, and instead try to create something sort of historical.
Yeah,
and
like a document, basically.
Exactly. Like, not this is a perfect thing that happened. This kind of helps the bands that we have on get out of their own heads or get out of their own way. If they're, you know, if they mess something up, that's how it happened. Man.
Yeah.
You came here, and this is what happened in this room today.
Yeah. I think that's a good way to do it. But it's a hard way to do it when you're producing specifically, because you're not just like the engineer recording it. Like you're the person who's in charge of making sure the record's good.
Exactly.
So if the record's bad and what you're documenting is that the record's bad, like you end up in a fucked up spot where you're just like, oh shit. Yeah, I gotta adjust here. I gotta adjust a lot of things here. And that hasn't happened to me all that much, but when it's happened, I've just been like, fuck.
I'm realizing that it's kind of a luxury for us. Where like if it comes through sounding terribly, I get to go, oh,
yeah,
they played it shit.
Yeah,
but that's actually fortunately
my ride is here right now. I gotta get in this ambulance.
You're riding in? Oh, good. I was going to say, I think they're back seats.
I have what is it, like Deliveroo, Instacart, Postmates, but like I just drive an ambulance around sometimes. I picked up a shift between soundcheck and the show.
Exactly. If you're planning on getting hurt, just call me ahead of time. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So let's see. I had let's see. Okay, so I want to do this D20 thing.
Yes.
John, were you able to grab that?
Yeah.
What?
The door was locked.
Oh, the one right there was locked?
Yeah, the one that we all came out of.
Oh shit. Okay.
You want me to text somebody to open up the door?
No. We can totally improvise. We've improvised every session we've ever had.
Do you have a dice rolling app?
I don't have a dice rolling app, but I have the paper that I'd be reading off of, and give me 1 second to get it ready.
Can you ask Siri to roll a dice?
Okay.
Also
Hey,
just
Jeff,
pick a number.
Will you ask the voice assistant on your phone to pick a random number between 1 and 20?
Yeah, sure. Pick a random number between 1 and 20. Coming right up.
This was going to be a perfect session, too.
14, it says.
14. Nice. Oh, cool. All right, I got to ask the same question to Hard Girls. So, all
right. Same question as Hard Girls.
Yeah.
I want to guess.
Well, they love the D20 concept so much that all of them wanted to do it, and they had me roll it too.
Yeah.
But
no dice for me, huh?
Literally no dice.
No dice.
This is maybe the record's post dice, you know?
Oh yeah. Right.
I know that was
really makes you think.
Yeah. So, the devil went down to Georgia. What would be your Satan duel, and what would be the stakes?
What would be my Satan duel?
If you and Satan had to square off in some sort of competition, what would you pick? And what would be the stakes?
Fuck.
You lose, he gets your soul. You win, what do you get?
What do I get?
I love this question.
It is a big question.
I know, right?
I have to think of... All right. Produce the next Hard Girls record. See who makes a better record.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And
he's not allowed to use any tricks to trick people into thinking the record's good.
Just straight production.
Straight production.
And
I want to see the devil get good performances out of somebody.
I like that a lot.
And then
yeah.
And then he gets my soul.
He gets your soul if you lose, but if you win.
Yeah. I don't know, a nice house somewhere.
Okay.
Nice, and a beach house.
Okay.
Something simple.
Okay.
I feel like Satan could hook up a pretty dope beach house in
Probably.
Santa Cruz or something.
Yeah, I mean, there'd probably be something deeply wrong with it if I were going off bedazzled rules.
Well, then nothing.
Well, no,
I'm
not undercutting my own question.
No,
I'm just trying to picture how Satan would give somebody a house.
Yeah, right? He's gonna but he lost the thing.
He's like, it's got termites.
Yeah. Fucking
the lock jams.
Okay, yeah. All right, a untouched by Satan beach house in Santa Cruz.
We'll get a lawyer to go and annotate a contract.
Yeah,
make sure it's just airtight.
A beach house and a lawyer from heaven.
Where are you gonna find one of those? Oh. All right. Last thing.
God damn it!
I know.
That's fast.
Okay. Have you ever? What's your favorite fake band name?
Oh,
everybody's got one of these.
I have a list. Can I look?
Yeah.
Can I look at my list?
Yeah, I think everybody should have a list. I'll pull up mine too. Pick my favorite one.
Where are the good ones? Don't take any of these. Anybody watching this?
This is.
Don't take any of these, Mom.
Copyright.
Stop watching my interviews.
Copyright 2018, Jeff Rosenstock.
Yeah,
Fistful of
all
Vinyl.
of these. All right. I think Chateau Diana is a good band name. Do you know what Chateau Diana is?
No.
Chateau Diana, so you can't sell wine in a bodega in New York, so they sell this gross syrupy flat wine flavored malt product in a wine bottle, and it's called Chateau Diana. I think that's a good band name because it sounds kind of fancy, but then it's awful.
All right, I'll counter with Susan Benanthony.
Susan Benanthony, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. The name of this band was almost Hissy Fit.
Hissy Fit?
Yeah, it was a last second didn't get called that. It was I guess I'm just gonna call it my name. Yeah.
I think you made the better decision.
I guess so. Yeah.
All right, ska band doing old school punk covers. The Casual Ties, spelled casualties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rough though. That one guy. Yeah, fucked up shit.
I know.
But now you have the Casual Ties. You can take that name from him. Take
very
it
true.
away.
Very true. Okay, closing this out. What's a couple bands that we should be listening to right now that aren't, and what's on your playlist right now?
What's on my playlist right now?
Yeah. Well, let's do the band thing first. Part of the mission of this show for the contest is to help uplift bands that like don't really have a platform together themselves.
Okay.
You originally started as one of those artists that we wanted to help out, and now you're kind of helping out the smaller artists that are on our show because
look at this world we're in.
I know, right? I'm glad we waited this long.
Right? Yeah. That's what I said to the Menzingers when we toured together. I was like, I was glad you waited till you were this popular for this tour to happen.
Really optimum popularity.
Yeah, we're just wanting. So yeah, check out some small bands like the Menzingers. No, hi Menzingers, if you're watching this, love you.
I'll tweet it at them.
Who's making good stuff? I mean, I think Diners, Roar, Phoenix, Phoenix. Everybody Phoenix. Diners, Roar, Dog Breath, not Phoenix.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I do like
Phoenix. Fucking. Like that's the thing. I'm stoked on this tour because we're taking all these bands. Like we're taking Martha, we're taking Bad Moves.
Nice.
Who else? This band Wild Animals from Spain. I really like this band Labradors from Italy. These are just two bands we got a chance to play with when we were over there. They're just like both really really awesome. Shit Present, Jess Locke, Foley. Who else? Laura Stevenson. If you haven't listened to her yet.
She's been on the show too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Did you see that one? The Bootleg Theater one?
As long as you have no follow-up questions, absolutely. I absolutely saw it.
Which was your favorite song? Come on, double down.
The Move.
I'm sorry. We were looking for the healthy one.
Yeah, those are just some bands I could think of off the top of my head right now. Samus is really good. I really like Samus.
Cool. Diners is actually one of our upcoming sessions.
That's good. Diners is great. Watch that upcoming session if you're a Fistful of Vinyl head.
I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Jeff?
Cool.
I'm super glad we got to do this, man.
Yeah,
thanks very much for
talking to
taking
me.
the
Glad
time.
it finally happened. Yeah.
Yeah, and break a leg in the show tonight.
All right. I'll break them both.
It's just snap them both, like at the tibia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just down there.
Right where it's got to break.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching Fistful of Vinyl, and thanks for listening to Jeff Rosenstock.
Thank you. Bye. Cool. Right on. Thanks. What's up? Whoa.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun to add now later.
You'll just be able to noise reduction.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen like a blimp out at the beach or something.
Sure. Oh, that's a Goodyear blimp. That's like an LA
Is
staple.
that the Goodyear blimp?
The Goodyear blimp.
Why? Why right now?
I don't know. There's some event going on.
Did a sign on it say Ice Cube's a pimp?
They just built a hangar for
I feel like
it.
it's pretty obvious already, though. They don't need to advertise it.
Well, it's the song "Good Day" where it says "We saw lights of the Goodyear blimp."
Oh, shit.
And Ice
Okay.
Cube's a pimp.
Okay, I'm gonna edit that to make it look like a Gotham reference.
Yeah. Yes. Ha 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 ha.
Solid reference.
I understand. Well, I'll just answer all the questions like this. Jump in whatever you want.
You're just gonna hear Chris Barron's voice the entire time saying whatever he wants to.
Yeah.
All right, Harley, you good?
Yeah.
John? Ash?
Yeah.
Cool.